I'm looking at you, right? Excuse me. Understand, this stuff gets so wicked. This stuff gets so, it's such a fear-mongering tactic upon our subconscious mind that numerous people in this dimension will believe a lower frequency called demonic face syndrome, whatever the case may be. We have to understand that the news is nothing but a lower frequency. It's a demonic frequency that came from fallen entities. Not only that, they're literally controlling your mind from the north, the east, the west, and the south. The news controlling you on every 4 corridors of this realm that we call Earth, Planet Kai, Hell, Heaven, Bliss, or Universal Dream from Almighty God's dream, or whatever the case may be. We have to understand that we are living in infinity. So because of that, these beings control the simulation by simulating different programs in the sky or in disguise upon your eyes because you can't see in plain sight. That's how asleep you are. What are you looking at me for? Make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages because we have to react to some dumbass shit because I don't think people are really seeing this shit for what it really is. Let me go ahead and maximize this motherfucker. Like, we're going to maximize the bullshit. Okay, peep this right here. Rare demon face. If you just look in the mirror, my nigga. If you look in the mirror, you're looking at a demonic face syndrome. Not only that, if you have a brain contusion, you get brain damage, or if you get head trauma and something happens to your brain, you will fall into a delusional illusion, believing that these demonic face syndromes are stretching their faces out and people are walking like entities, or the case may be. You're just seeing the truth, and not only that, you're becoming awakened into the simulation. So when these doctors prescribe you medications or pharmaceuticals or witchcraft to dumb your enlightenment, then you're going to see why they're doing this shit. Not only that, smile too. Smile too. They're literally showing you this predictive programming. So they're literally predicting your programming to your face. Not only that, when that movie gets released in the movie theater, people are going to literally pay for their own ignorance. In this segment, we discuss a medical condition that could scare you. Fear. Why would my reflection scare me? And I guarantee you, we're gonna make a bet right now. I bet you $5 million. This motherfucker, whoever this entity, this unconscious being right here, I bet you in 30 seconds, he's going to say a unconscious program and he won't be conscious about it. And somebody will have believed this shit. Look, they got 79,000 views, 476,000 subscribers. Let's go ahead and bet right now. 5 million. You got 5 seconds to agree with me. $5 million that this man right here, or this whatever this nigga is going to tell you an unconscious program in 30 seconds. You got 5, 4, 3. Yeah, there you go. Why were you scared the first time to shake my hand? And pause on that too. That looked very crazy. Understand, when I play this, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Because what's crazy, I haven't even seen this shit yet, but I'll be lying to you if I haven't seen this shit yet. It's all a spiritual thing. Let's get into the video.
Censored, here's the weird stuff I love. Imagine your vision is totally normal, and then one day you see
we're 7 seconds. Imagine your vision. Let's go and rewind.
Imagine your vision is totally normal.
Hold that thought. Hold that thought. Imagine your vision is totally normal. Why are you flying in my face? 0.0035%. How is that normal? 0.0035%. The entire rainbow of radiation observable to the human eye only makes up a tiny portion of the electromagnetic spectrum. Do we only see 1% of the world? While we can see 100% of the visible spectrum, not 1%, we will see very little of the total electromagnetic spectrum, and that shares even less than 1%. Light visible to humans makes up just 0.35% of the electromagnetic spectrum. Other animals can see more than visible light, like cats, deer, dogs. So you mean to tell me we see less than 1% of our life, and you call that normal? Where's my $5 million? We shook on it. Where's my? Oh, now you want to walk out this video. Now you don't. You want to take your light back. That's crazy as hell. You see how unconscious people do you? Come on, bro. I need my 5 million. I got something for you. Let's play the video.
Then one day you see demonic features everywhere on people only. Just like this, what you see behind me. Now that's a reality for a man named Victor Shera.
Did you just hear that? Let's rewind.
What you see behind me. Features everywhere on people only.
First of all, how you contradict yourself in just like 3 words? Demonic faces on people only, or visions, whatever he just said. Understand, you are seeing demonic frequencies every single day. For example, everything in the physical realm, if we are literally in hell, that means that everything is literally a fallen angel. Everything is consciousness, everything is energy. So because of that, demonic frequencies need a vessel, they need a form, they need to be formed into their enlightenment. So by that happening, everything is literally made of demonic frequencies, including you and your mind. So programs, predictive programming.
It's like this, what you see behind me. Now, that's a reality for a man named Victor Shera. He has extremely rare yet terrifying disorder called PMO. And no, it's commonly known as, or now known because people didn't know about it at first. It's called the demon face syndrome.
Out of all the names in the world, why name it demon face syndrome? And you're not wrong for saying that, because realistically, we all look like demons. We're just unconscious about it for a reason.
People with the condition see parts of other people's faces distorted in shape, texture, position, or color. For Shera, that means grotesque, grimace, elongated eyes, and deeply etched scars. Also, pointed ears. There are 75 known cases of the disorder. My next guest, well, we talk about it, and he is kind of skeptical.
75 known cases. Do your own research. If you can get me 75 sources that literally say they have had this syndrome, some of you will believe it. Some of you will believe it when it doesn't even take... It doesn't take 75... I bit my lip. It doesn't take 75 people to literally speak common sense, my nigga. Go outside of your house and just look at society. You're looking at demons every day.
But he says there's some proof. And joining us now here on The Factor Uncensored, we have with us Dr. Nick Hardy. Dr. Nick, you know, I'm always looking for the weird and the different, and I think I found it today. And this condition, we're told, is called demon face syndrome. Now, it's when an individual sees someone and their face seems distorted, almost...
Now, the thing is, though, we have to be open-minded. You got to use logic. We cannot see people's perceptions. So many people's perceptions are very different from ours. So you have to use common sense. So some people do see this type of syndrome, but it's obviously rare for a reason, because is it really true? Or are you just placing fear upon our consciousness, making us believe that we're actually seeing elongated faces and stretched out eyes? Not only that, why'd you put an Asian up there? Why you ain't just put a regular motherfucker up there? Why'd you have to put her up there? You could have put anybody in the world. It's just like, they're mocking us in our face, and people believe this shit. We're going to read the comments after this shit, and I will prove to you how unconscious people really are. They'll believe anything. They'll believe Santa Claus literally flies with a skateboard and ski boots on. Niggas believe Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer had a red nose.
Have you ever heard of such a thing?
I haven't, and to your point, when I saw that only 75 cases have been reported, I said, ooh, we really looked high and low to find this one. But I have not heard of this one before. Doesn't mean that it's not valid. Doesn't mean...
And he's a doctor, by the way. So this is another title, an unconscious title placed upon another entity that will make it seem like he knows what he's talking about, because he's a professional doctor, not knowing just because you have a title placed upon your name does not mean that you're right or wrong. You just have a professional opinion that has been, you graduated from that school system. So you put work in, you put years of school in, but you're still unconscious. So you still don't know much from a homeless man or from a high schooler or a college person or an elderly person. It doesn't matter.
I just haven't heard. This is the first time that I've heard about this disorder.
And 75 cases in a world of billions of people, that's pretty low, right?
It is. It's extremely low. And truthfully, I need to look and see what the threshold is for it even comes up on people's radar, at least from a medical perspective. But I'll say this, they say 75 reported. That means that there could be more people, but just out of fear of, embarrassment, or what does this look like? What do people think? I mean, am I crazy? Did I, eat something bad? Is this temporary? I mean, just all the thoughts and feelings that come along with, this big...
How are they describing this so-called demon face syndrome? What is it exactly from what you've been able to ascertain?
Yeah, so what I've seen is basically this is a disorder that when people look at others, there's this distorted view that creates a demon-like figure. And so, some of their eyes.
We have to use discernment. How do you just wake up one day and you just come up with something like this? 75 cases, but it could be more. So you mean to tell me the first person who caught this case, they described this type of frequency upon a doctor or whoever else, and they listened to it and they believed it? Not knowing all you have to do is open your eyes and you're literally just staring at yourself and other vessels that are distorted already? You see 0.35% of your spectrum anyways. And you believe that demon face syndrome is distorted faces, when distortion don't even exist to God, but to Satan's ego, or it's a man-made concept. We're at spiritual warfare for a reason. That's how slow the mind is.
Kind of spread out. There may be distortions on their skin. And this only happens when they're looking at people. I don't think that they said that they saw the same imagery when they looked at a sheet of paper. And so it's happening.
You're basically saying that you're going to place fear amongst other people, but you don't want to place it upon some paper because it holds no substance. But a person, that makes it sound more believable. That makes it sound more scary. That makes it sound like people will start, hiding in plain sight, or people will hide in their houses, or they won't go communicate with other people, or they don't want to.
In real time, according to some of these reports.
And I think they examined and they used in one of the case studies a Tennessee truck driver who said he began seeing people's faces and they looked like demons back in 2020. And
Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man, the Muffin Man. Did you just hear that? Maybe I'm slow. We had to use discernment, and this is not, I'm not even trying to be funny. Do you know how fucking crazy, do you know how stupid that just sounded? Hold on.
And they looked like demons back in 2020.
What does a demon in 2020 look like? Man, hell no. Even Google don't goddamn know. That sounds believable to a nigga. They look like demons in 2020. Demons never even changed their appearance. Demons looked the same before they were even here in this simulation. They're a reflection of you. So he's talking about himself. There's this Tennessee truck driver, he was talking about himself. And he's unconscious about it. That's a narcissistic trait right there. You need to get some help.
And the term schizophrenia has been tossed around. Where does that fit in?
It doesn't fit in
Thank
here
you.
because in this situation, this is just visual distortion, whereas with schizophrenia, a lot of times people have delusional thoughts and beliefs. And so they may see it.
Delusional thoughts and beliefs. You motherfuckers put schizophrenia and added delusional thoughts and beliefs or visuals, not knowing that you didn't have to have schizophrenia to have a delusional experience. If you had schizophrenia, regardless, you were going to have a distorted reality. You were literally going to have an illusion and a visual distortion in your reality already. You're living in a facade. This water bottle does not exist. This iPad is not even in my hands right now. I'm literally holding energy. This MacBook, this remote does not exist. I'm holding myself. You don't have to be schizophrenic to know common sense. That's why it's not common for a reason.
But then there's a narrative that goes along with it that, creates a story around what could be happening, some hallucination. This is just seeing things that don't look normal.
What looks normal? What looks normal in Earth? Nothing. That TV behind me don't even exist. But I call it a TV. I'm delusional. Am I schizophrenic?
Totally different than schizophrenia.
Why? It's kind of like I don't even know what to do with this, but I'm so interested in it if people are actually seeing others who look like demons just visually. Because that could
These two niggas are visually demonic forces talking to each other through a Zoom call on the news station.
that could lead to some mental issues. If you think people are demons around you,
You had mental issues before you were calling people demonic beings anyways. The moment you were born, you had a mental issue. You were crying for what? Why are you crying as a divine being? Oh, it makes sense. The air you breathe is not even real air. The people you see aren't even real people. The beings that you're around aren't even real beings. What are you doing down here, God?
that would affect your brain.
Oh, 100%. I mean, even just how you respond to someone that is your roommate versus a demon that's coming in your room.
Right.
Really told
The demon is the roommate. The demon was already there before the roommate even entered the room. Mate?
different. But I'll say this, when I was reading about this, one of the things that I do think from a mental health perspective that we have to be careful of is even labeling it demon could push people away who could be suffering from this disorder.
It's not a disorder, it's reality, bitch. We see demons 24/7. We're just unconscious about it because this is what's going to happen if we were conscious about it. You will run rampant.
I think this has been the case with a lot of mental health disorders over the history of what we have come to learn.
Bro, this nigga is literally, Dr. Nick Hardy's literally mocking people who actually have a mental disorder. That's how fucked up this shit is. And these are doctors. I guess anybody can be a doctor now. Shit, I might as well call my dog a doctor too. Fuck. Since anybody can just make it.
Call it mental retardation. All derogatory terms that
Derogatory terms, but yet you still keep throwing demon around when you are one. These niggas are projecting who they are onto the masses, and people, 72,000 people believe this shit. If you're watching this, if you believe this, welcome to the Matrix. Spiritual warfare.
Fighting some of those stigmas now, just in the mental health space. So I think even though it's early, not a lot of people have it, we still have to.
Everybody has it, my nigga. Over 8 billion people if you are born in this realm, if you are born in earth, you are seeing yourself through a demonic frequency, through a demonic perspective. You have to use discernment.
Careful how we describe it.
Do you put a lot of credibility in it, though? Do you think they know what they're talking about? Not the people, but those who may be studying the people, who may be buying into this.
Yeah. I do put some credibility into it. I mean, because when I looked at the study, there was some merit in how they went about kind of verifying this. But I will say initially, I was like, oh, here we go again. We just making up stuff now.
Here we go again. We're just making up stuff now, trying to make it do a joking matter. That's what you guys are doing. You're literally just admitting your own fault by being unconscious about it and trying to make it like a joke so nobody thinks that you're serious. You guys are making up syndromes for fear and money. I know what you're doing, doctor. It's a smart tactic. If you can get people to fear a syndrome, they'll pay for it. And guess who gets rich? That guy.
From a credible source, and that they did name that, hey, this is still very early, only 75 cases reported. And so it's not common. I think there's probably...
He just lied to you. He just lied to you in 5 minutes and 41 seconds. It's not common. What is common? When you have no sense.
Research and more studies that need to be done. But I think if there's a immediate influx of people who say now that they have this disorder, I think that it could raise some questions or some concerns about the validity of everything. So we'll see.
Absolutely. We will see, Dr. Nick Hardy. Thank you for joining me and indulging me in my weirdness. And don't forget, you can...
This 6-minute video was damn near 20 minutes. That's how you know this is some bullshit. Let's go read the comments. Oh, yeah, niggas thought I forgot. Hey, I want my 5 million, by the way. Don't forget we bet. Don't forget we bet. Right, let me get out this screen right here. Let's go and read the comments real quick. Let's go and see the delusion. Demons actually gaslighting people in 2024 was not my bingo card. Maybe they are demons. They preparing, y'all. The veil's thinning. Disorder my arse. It's an attempt to make us look crazy, but we know the truth. New term suddenly made up for people actually seeing demons. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Some people are... Come on now, this looks beautiful. The veil is lifting. We will see people for who they really are. The Apostle Paul called it discerning of spirits. God, it's always one motherfucker who always talking about a goddamn title. Kareem 5666, by the way. The ego called it discerning of spirits. Jesus Christ. It's a demon with that. It's a demon within that person. Y'all wake up. It's a demon within everybody. It's your subconscious mind. It's literally programmed into your mind before you're born. No, someone's seeing the spiritual realm and they don't know it. Thank you. This is how I see politicians. Thank you. Desperate cover for what's starting to be revealed. Thank you. Just remember the movies. Everyone makes fun of the so-called crazy one, and in the end, it turns out he was never crazy at all. Noah, Jesus Christ. Ego was crazy. Remember, wake up, people. Thank you. Perhaps they are actually seeing a demon manifesting, but nothing to be afraid of when you believe in Almighty God. We still call Satan God and plead the blood of Satan to protect you, Jesus. And you know what? That's the end of this video, because I had hope, but hope was lost, you know, when lost people are talking about unconsciousness. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe for more divine messages. And also remember, man, take care of your mental health, take care of your spirit, take care of your flesh, take care of everything around you. And the things that you can't see, make sure you're seeing them through all 9 of your eyes. I love you so much. Take care of yourself, divine. Have a great, wonderful day, guys and goddesses.